Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Decay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with episode 6 of Vox Machina. So, last time we arrived at Percy's home and got a message. A family or just group of people in general were unceremoniously murdered and dressed up to look like the members of Vox Machina. And they were strung up from the tree that is supposed to be the centerpiece of the town and everything. Gives life to the land and all. But they were strung up on the tree to send a message and everything. And yeah, wonderful way to be welcomed into the city. On top of that, the gang is looking for someone. I don't remember the name, but they're looking for someone in the town. They've lost all their gear, all their vampire fighting tools that they got from Gilmore, and things are not looking up. Things are not looking up, but the story certainly is. Like this arc is just so drastically better than the first two episodes. It's insane. I think I mentioned in a previous video that it almost feels like a different show in a way, just in terms of its quality and whatnot, and even its tone. It's so much darker and more intense. Like the first two episodes felt like a D&D campaign in a way. This feels like a show, like a proper series. They have a completely different feel and tone to them, and that's not a bad thing. Um, we're just gonna have to continue to see where it goes, but like right now, I'm just saying like this doesn't really feel like a D&D campaign in terms of how it's presented anymore. Like obviously, it still is based on a D&D campaign, but the first two episodes gave that feeling with how it was presented, how it was written, how it was how the characters acted and reacted. This feels more like just a proper series or like a dark fantasy book or something. I don't get D&D campaign vibes from it as much, but again, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm clearly enjoying the shit out of it. So yeah, we're gonna get to it and hope for the best. And I am going to go ahead and apologize ahead of time if I feel like a little, or if it feels like I'm acting or seeming a little glazed over, I guess is a way you could put it. I just had lunch and it was a lot more filling than I expected. So I'm a little stoofed right now, but I need to get to this. Like I can't wait and let it settle a little bit more because time is not your friend when you are a reactor who has time limits. A lot of reactors don't have these limits and don't have to worry about that shit. I do. Because I don't live alone. I don't have a studio or anything. I have to do this at home, and I only have a certain amount of time I can record. And I need to get to recording a movie today as well. So yeah. Either way. Let's just get into it. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black, then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So it's funny. It's like this kind of thing happens sometimes if you've watched enough of my videos, where it's like I'll mention something and then it comes to pass. I was just talking to the pre-thoughts about how I felt like this hadn't felt like a D&D campaign since the first two episodes. How the rest of this has taken much more of a darker, more serious, and just more of a like dark fantasy turn. It felt more like a dark fantasy book or just a series rather than feeling like a D&D campaign. I just never got those vibes after episode 2 until now. This one very much felt like that. Like, just the interactions the characters were having, such as Vax, like, cursing the door, not being able to pick it. I can imagine, like, for some reason, he was just getting the worst lock-picking rolls or something, like, in the actual campaign. And, and it's just, his rolls were just being so terrible that he was just, like, couldn't unlock the damn door. But then it's like he gets to the cage that the dude's being held in, and he gets it like easily, and it's like, okay, yeah, that door is just cursed. I can imagine that that's just what happened. Um, and yeah, it's just seeing them all like go through the big battle there, fighting all the guards. It sucks that the one rebel lady died though. Like, she seemed really nice. She seemed like a cool person. So it sucks that she died, but I mean, we're gonna have characters that we like die. It's how this series clearly goes. It's a very intense, dark series, and it's not afraid to deal with some pretty heavy shit and good characters dying. Um, it's not afraid to kill characters in general. We've seen plenty of that. Um, but the big takeaway is that Percy's sister is alive, which is a huge surprise. But it's like it brought him out of his dark moment there, brought him out of his rage, and allowed him to actually feel happy. He actually had this moment of just genuine happiness, of joy at hearing the fact that his sister's alive. Unfortunately, she's in the clutches of the Briarwoods, which is never good. But the fact that she's alive is a positive. Um, and I'm still wondering, when are we going to find out about this mysterious mask and the dark smoke that keeps coming from Percy? Like, and now we've seen like his eyes turn as well, and it's like, we've got to learn about this. Um, I'm very interested to find out what the deal with all of that is. And on top of that, the rebel leader that they freed, the leader of the resistance, is also a childhood friend of Percy. So it's like he's actually coming up pretty strong in people he knows and cares about from his past being alive. Keeper Yenin, this dude, his sister. It's like he's actually having a good time with that. Um, we get to see the others, of course, have some great moments of action throughout this episode. And then there's also the giant zombies walking around, which is really interesting. I'm definitely interested to see where that starts to continue going into play. And Scanlan got caught again. Why always Scanlan? Is it because he's short? It's like, why is he the one who's always caught? I mean, he managed to get out of it because of his illusions, but still. It's like. And then the piss bucket. It's like, oh my god. Jesus. But yeah, this is a good halfway point too, because it's like we've made it to the city already last time. We got the message and we have freed the rebel leader. This leads into the big reveal that Percy's sister is alive. And so that's a good way to lead into the second half of the season. It sets up a lot, it accomplishes a lot, and it raises the stakes. The second half of the season, I think, is going to go even harder. And honestly, I'm just very excited. At this point, I'm just fully in on this series. This arc has been phenomenal comparatively. And again, I know now that the first two episodes were based on like before they started recording Critical Role and everything. It was like their kind of introductory little bit of the campaign, something that the critters, as they're called, never saw, I guess, but was maybe recapped or whatnot. But that just means that the actual like regular full campaign started with this, I presume. Started with this arc, I guess you would call it. And where the fuck do you go from there? Like, how do you go up from an arc that's this damn good? I don't know. I'm kind of thinking at this point that this arc is going to. I thought I heard something coming from my headphones. Sorry about that. I'm kind of thinking at this point that this arc's going to take up the entire rest of the. I don't know. Maybe I'm hearing some noise from outside or something. I don't know. But I'm thinking this is going to take up the rest of the season, which means there's probably going to be 1 or 2 arcs in season 2. I don't know where this is going to go. I don't even know if season 2 is the last season or if they're going to have a season 3 for Vox Machina either. Because I know they're doing a series for Mighty 9, the second campaign that Critical Role did. I don't know if there's going to be a 3rd season. I don't think I've heard anything about that. I don't know. But I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to 2 more seasons rather than just 1 more. I would not be opposed at all. But either way, yeah, I'm just excited for more, but we are taking next week off, so we are going to have a little break before we get to the next episode. But we will get right back into it once we come back from our break. And I'm very excited. Honestly, it's going to just raise my excitement for it even more, having that week off, so. Tell me in the comments below, what did you think of this episode of The Legend of Vox Machina? And for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.